That's the thing, that's how we're going to bring Charlie out now, ladies and gents. So here he is, fighting from London, the capital of this fair country. I want you, not this country. Jesus. The capital of a country. Ladies and gents, welcome to the stage, the fabulous Mr. Charlie Talbot!
Obviously, it did used to be the capital of this country, devolution in my arse. That has literally never happened before. You've actually drowned out the sound of the Scots booing and mentally pouring your eyes into me, so well done. We can just turn this into a heated political debate. That will be entertaining for everyone. You'll be surprised to learn, given how incredibly slick the show's been so far, that this is actually our first full run at this festival. Which means in a very real sense, I'm popping my Edinburgh cherry for you all now. Which is strange, because standing in front of you all is reminding me very much of that magical night when I first enjoyed carnal knowledge of a young woman. It's been the same sense of nerves and disappointment before we got down to it. Though the many careful hours of repetitive rehearsal I've put in beforehand on my own. And of course afterwards there'll be the same sense of crushing disappointment on the part of the other side at the realisation that was in fact it. And you'll just have to console yourselves with the thought that I'll be better next time for someone else when you're not there. The other similarity of course is the creepy old man in the corner filming it.
His dad's late.
But I think if I'd said the other similarity is my dad in the corner, that makes it a much darker story. Well, where was I? I was heckled myself. It does always worry me, as you can tell, particularly this time of day. Stand-up sets can come across as being incredibly disjointed. It's not helped for me by the fact that I suffer from that thing where you can't quite relate emotionally to strangers. Not autism as such, more contempt. It's strange to see why I don't win more of these votes, isn't it? Chirpy northern boy over there being nice to you. So, no, obviously I'm kidding. It's been absolutely fantastic to spend a month of my life here in Edinburgh. Not least because just before coming up here I spent a weekend gigging in Blackpool. And consequently it's been lovely to be anywhere. Is anyone in from Blackpool? No one's glassed me yet, so probably not. As a Londoner, I'm just confused by a town where the poshest restaurant is Bella Pasta. I'm confused by a town where the best and freshest coffee is available in McDonald's. And you clutch gratefully to a bottle of Tropicana because 48-hour scurvy has become a very real possibility. 5 a day hasn't made it up there. I think 5 a year would be regarded as a soft sell. So in that sense, in many ways, it's an ideal training weekend for a month in Scotland. No, my problem was obviously much more simple than that. As a Londoner, my problem with Blackpool was I was fucking terrified. Anyone been to Blackpool? Yeah. Well, you can all back me up on this then. The city centre of Blackpool, after 9 o'clock at night, is basically feral. There were just gangs of stag parties and hen do's roaming the streets in search of flesh. Whether to fuck or eat, they really don't. To be honest with you. So we'll just wait for the translation to finish there. That's right, I won't pick on you for D again. Yeah, there were a couple of clues for the kind of town I was in there. The first clue came on the first morning when I was there, and I walked out of the hotel they put me up in, which actually, to be fair, was a clue in itself. But I walked out of the hotel, and standing on the street corner was a man holding a baby out at arm's length with its trousers pulled down so it could urinate into the gutter below. Absolutely true. I'm aware that's not a joke. That's just something unpleasant that I saw, and I've been telling as many people as possible to lessen the impact of having it seared on my retina. I tried to make sense of this, a man holding out a small pissing child, and I can only really make sense of it as a macabre living tribute to the monuments of Brussels. People that laughed at that, south. The rest of you, if you could travel a bit more before my next year, that would be helpful. Maybe next year we'll take in Budapest, the Baltics, and probably Russia, so, you know, let's have some nice holidays. The second clue was a much bigger clue, to be perfectly honest. A much bigger clue for the kind of town I was in Blackpool came on the first night when I was thrown out of a kebab shop by the bouncers. They don't make you feel very safe having bouncers on a kebab shop. It rather has the reverse effect. And more embarrassingly still, I wasn't actually doing anything that was going to enhance my northern street cred in the eyes of the locals. I wasn't smashing up the furniture, I wasn't starting a fight, I wasn't even trying to chat up local women by calling them pet. I was thrown out for a simple clerical error. I was a little bit drunk and I'd lost my ticket. And because I couldn't present my receipt in triplicate, instead of being given the doner and chips that were so rightfully mine, I was instead hurled through the doorway by two burly Lancastrians. And as my head arced gracefully towards the pavement, I heard a voice, and I realised with horror it was unmistakably weedy, it was unmistakably southern, it was also unmistakably mine, and the voice appeared to be saying, "I just don't understand why you treat people this way." While my friends hid inside, pretending to be Scottish. I think we can all agree on one thing: if you end a night pretending to be Scottish, that night has gone wrong.